Hi you guys! Hello, hello! So thank you for logging in today again on our 4th virtual paint class with Coco Nene, Hawaii. Super excited. We are just letting you guys know we are going to continue with this so we can spread aloha. We do stand in solidarity. Yeah. And we're here to give good vibes. So today we are doing the diamond head theme. Here's a little sample I started just so you have an idea what our outline is going to look like. Really simple, really easy, really basic. Then we're going to make it look this fancy after. So this is today's theme. I'm going to walk you guys through what materials we're going to be needing. Again, too, I know more people are starting to log in live, so let me know if you have any questions. Let me know where you're coming from, where you guys are painting from today, and we are super excited to get it going soon. Here are our brushes we're going to be using. We've been using this every week. It is a value pack brushes you can get at Walmart. Great in pricing, only $6. You can get a ton of paint brushes, and it should last you throughout these virtual paint classes and even after. We are going to be doing about, I think this is about 6 or 7 colors. If you don't have some of the colors like the red or the pink or oranges or certain colors for your flowers, you can go ahead and play with what you already have. So if you have purples or you want different color hibiscus, go ahead and switch them up as we're going. We are going to get started in about probably 10 minutes. I'm going to show you guys first what color paints we're going to be using, and then getting started on our outline right after that. So bring you over here. So I need you guys to have a light green color and a dark green. It's okay if you do not have the Apple brand. Apple Barrel is great. It's great in pricing. You get it again at Walmart. But we do need a light green and a dark green. So these are two of the main ones for all the leaves in the mountains. Also, you want yellow. So if you have any yellow paint, boo, that's good. We need that. And then we also need red paint, some orange, and then some like a tealish color or light blue if you have a light blue, or if you only have one blue paint, you can just grab the white and lighten it up so you have 2 different shades of blue. I'm going to use this one, and then I'm going to use the bright blue paint. We'll mix that in. It's really fun. It's a nice color too, Apple Barrel. This one and Cobalt are gorgeous blues. It's one of my favorite ones over for that brand. So we're gonna get started. You also should have some white paint just because we make mistakes. It softens up the colors, and you do want white for the what do you call it? The stems in the hibiscus? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stem. So you do want it for the stem. You could do it yellow though too, because a lot of them do have like a nice yellow to it. But I'm gonna use white for the sample. So I'm gonna put these down. Make sure you do have a ruler, your pencil, and eraser. If you don't have a big eraser, it's fine. Just use the one you do have on there. And then
We have a request to go a little slow today.
Oh yes.
And we have Kailua in the house.
Yay!
From Oregon, and someone else from Oregon.
Perfect. Yeah, so excited. Okay, so we're gonna get started, you guys. We are gonna get going on our outline. So, with your 6x6 canvas, here's a little sample. I try to write in there too, like this is 3 inches, you want to go up. So with your ruler, I'll put it right next to this sample. On each side of your canvas, we're going to get going, we're starting right now. So heads up everyone. So I'm going to go up 3 inches. Boop, boop. I'm going to do it on both sides, just to make sure the line is even across. And then I'm going to take my ruler, go underneath that line that I just made, or those 2 little lines, and then we're going to make a straight line going across. You also want to bring these lines around the edges. So get the edges, continue the line on both sides. Okay, after we have, this is our main line, this is what we're going to put our diamond head on. Underneath will be the water, and then we're going to build up the flowers. So I love making hibiscus. How I do it is I normally do hearts, and I make 5 hearts, and I kind of go in a circle rotation, as you can see here. So you can choose the sizes too. Some people like their flowers a little bit bigger, some people like it a little bit smaller. I usually kind of have to erase and play with it sometimes to figure out the sizing I like, but I try to make my first one big, and then my second one a little bit smaller than the bigger one. So I'm going to start from right here, and then I'm going to start with a heart. So this is where my first heart is. I'm going to continue these hearts in a circle rotation. You want a total of 5 of them, 5 petals, so we're going to do it again. Do one right here. Take your time. If you have to rotate your canvas, go ahead and do that if that makes it easier. But this one is going to be our first flower. After that, I'm going to do the second flower. So right next to it, I'm going to make my hearts a little bit smaller. So I did it about half the size of this bigger one. So I'm going to go and make sure there's a little bit of a gap in between your flowers. Oh, never mind. This one doesn't have a gap. Do what you want. Just kidding. We can put, if you don't have a gap there, keep them close together and then we can do some leaves around it. I'll do some extra little leaves in between this one, but I'll try to make my hearts a little bit closer on this one. So, first heart. Second one. Here's my third one. And I do like how they aren't even. So a lot of times flowers, the petals are different sizes a little bit each. So you don't have to do them the exact same size. If you want them the exact same size though, go ahead and take your time. So now we got 2 hibiscus flowers. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to add, how's these nails, you guys? Fancy. So now we're going to add these stems in our hibiscus. So I'm going to bring it in here. I usually just go straight to the middle and make a line going up, even if it's through your heart. Bring it back down, follow that line you just made, round out the bottom. This is the stem. Do not worry about the dots. We're just doing the stem only. Again, I'm going to do it on this one, but I'm going to lean my stem going more towards left. So start from the middle. And that's it for the hibiscus. So now we're going to work on our next outline. So our next one is going to be, these are actually leaves, but they look like hearts, because why not? So we're going to do 2 of those over here. I'm going to do one bigger one here. It's my first leaf, and then I'm going to do a smaller one here. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding little leaf petals on each side. So some that are just around the hibiscus, as well as the edges. We want to continue it on to the edges. So I'm going to do a little one right here. Kind of looks like a teardrop. And do another one right here. And the placement for the leaves, you can actually stack them anywhere around the flowers or the leaves. There's no wrong place to put them. You can have some extra ones in there. You can have just a few in there if you don't want too many. We will be filling in all of it a green color anyways underneath here. So I would add one more right here. And I'm going to add one more right here. So keep adding your leaves. Darken this line up. If you're logging in, this is our 4th paint virtual class. It's been a lot of fun doing these. Let us know if you guys have any questions too. Okay, next we are going to paint our diamond head. So I try to do it in a black marker on this one so you can really see the line going through. I do kind of pointy ridges when I do my mountains. I'm gonna have you get the ruler. Okay, underneath here. So underneath that 3-inch line mark that we had earlier, oops. I want you guys to start your diamond head mountain at this 5-inch mark. You want to start going left. So again, 5 inches underneath that line, you want to start your diamond head going left with a straight line this way at 5 inches. Say it one more time. So underneath our 3-inch line where there's 5 inches to the right, we are going left, and we're going to start our diamond head with the straight line going up. And then I'm going to bring it down a little. And then we're going to bring it back up. Boomski. Get it up there. I'll do 2 little. Start the edge right there, 2 little edges, and then I'm going to bring it down. So you want it to get bigger right in the middle, and then we're going to bring it down for the rest of the mountain. So, boom, 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 boom. I'm out of control. Just kidding. So you can, you don't have to do that many. You can just keep it going it straight or wiggle it out. I don't like my lines perfect, so I do like more ridges in it. So I'm going that route. And I'm going to bring it over to the edge. A little that, boom, boom. And there is our diamond head. Okay, so we are getting our mountain done. Got our outline for our mountain all pal. We're not going to be doing any of the dark green in there. I'm just going to teach you that when we start painting. So I'm going to place my sun a little bit going, peeking over diamond head. You can place your sun anywhere else if you'd like, or if you want to do a moon, it looks great too. And if you want to change the colors, I'm going to do a sun. A really good idea too is if you guys have the little paint bottles, I will grab one real quick. Sorry, hold on. A little tube of paint. So these are awesome. Any of these smaller size tubes you have in Apple brand or whatever brand you end up having at home. I use this a lot of the times for doing my circles and my sun. So I usually choose where I want to put my sun, and then I do the outline around it.
Anika wants to know if you can see Diamond Head from your window.
Oh, I cannot. I wish. No, I live Waimanalo, so.
She can see the Ko'olaus, which is another beautiful mountain range.
Yes. Oh, so my sun's a little bit bigger. But, you know, you can do a smaller sun, bigger sun. I love the size of these bottles, so these make great suns. And then that's all we're going to do for our outline. So let me know how you guys are doing. Is everybody still outlining? Is timing okay?
So far.
Okay, cool.
On your request.
Oh, can you slow down? Okay, yep. No worries. So I'm going to go over it just one more time. We went up 3 inches to make our horizontal line. From there, 5 inches to the right, I started diamond head to build the ridge. And then for our flowers, we used hearts. So we did about 5 hearts for each flower. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna go a little bit slower for you guys.
I think they have kids with them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to leave it here for a few minutes while you guys are still outlining. Take your time. 3 inches, 5 inches.
Can you review what colors we're using?
Yes.
Again?
So the colors we will be using today are so we got bright blue, pumpkin orange, real yellow, Caribbean blue with Christmas green, dark green, and then as well as the spring green. So any light green you have, any dark green you have will work. Let me put, sorry. I can put them, yeah, let me move that. Put them right here.
And then we got the bright red.
The bright red and then white. So you want pretty much a bright blue, a light blue, a spring green, a dark green, a yellow, an orange, a red, and some white. This is also the outline. We went up 3 inches to make the horizontal line, and over 5 inches is the start of the mountains. So how is everybody doing on outlining? You guys need a few more minutes? Let me know. Yes, let's get mermaid. We'll do mermaid next. Or soon. I think we have whale coming up next, but definitely mermaid tail will be in the mix. For sure. So the colors again we are using today are bright blue, Caribbean blue. We got ourselves spring green. We got ourselves Christmas green, yellow, pumpkin orange, red, and some white. If you don't want, like, let's say red or orange flowers, whip up some purple in there if you'd like. You can get some hot pink in there. Might as well. Add whatever extra colors you want. But these are pretty much the main colors we will be using throughout it. Unless you guys are switching up your sky and you don't want to go off of the sample we have, you can do a nighttime sky. You have to use the black for that and some purple and blue. But for today, these are our color palette. So let me know how everyone's doing on their outline. We'll let it kind of sit here on the sample so you can take your time and keep looking at the sample.
You make the mermaid easy.
You got it. When we do the mermaid, I'll teach the mermaid tail. That's going to be the easiest. When you try to teach the body of the mermaid, that usually takes a little bit longer. So we'll definitely do like a tail, a mermaid tail. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So this is the sample. We got our mountain, we got our flowers. So we're gonna wait another couple minutes before we start pouring paint. So keep outlining if you're working on your outline.
Everything you paint is so happy.
Oh, thank you. Even when I'm mad, you guys, and I paint, it still comes out bright somehow. I'm like, even on my bad days, I'm like, ugh, darker colors. But then all of a sudden, like I add like neon everything, and then it's not like not so dark. It's good. It's happy. It's funny because like my papa was an artist too, but he didn't like using a lot of colors. He was really good with like charcoals and browns and like gold colors and really good at shading, and I was the complete opposite. Everything was abstract in color and neon, so it's really fun to play, especially when you can have a bunch of colors to play with. So win-win. So I just want to check on everybody. Let me know how your outlining is going. Do you need me to wait a couple more minutes? Is everybody up to speed with the outline? Let us know, and then I can get started on us pouring paint next. Got our outline done. Okay, we are going to start pouring paint time, you guys. So I'm going to go down here. Again, when we pour paint, a little bit at a time. You don't want to use a lot. I'm going to have us start with blue only first. So get your light blue that you have. This is the Caribbean blue. I am using now the darker blue I have, the bright blue.
Shane says, hi, Auntie Danielle.
Hi! Hello! Okay, so now we're gonna add the white. Here's the white. So these are the only three colors I want you guys to have right now. So we're gonna have the bright blue, Caribbean blue, and the white. Just make it simple. Okay, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. Keep the sample right here. Move this over for paint time. Oops. Okay, you guys. So we are going to use any of these smaller to medium sized brushes. It can either have a curve in it or it can be straight, either or works. Just do grab any size that's like this into your paint brush bin that you have. I'm going to now take this nice Caribbean blue that I have, so the lighter blue I have, and then I'm just going to mix a little bit of white in there to lighten it up even more. And that's going to be my sky color. So pull this in, pull as much of it in as you can. So with a little bit of white and the Caribbean blue, that is going to be the sky. So I'm gonna go left and right, back and forth, the same brush strokes. Get the edges. I'm gonna go grab my sun. And when you're painting, you just want to follow the lines you previously made and go around them. It's okay, see if I accidentally paint through a line, no big deal. I can still see where my mountain's at, and then I can fill that in green after. So it's okay if you make a mistake. Mistakes are good, you guys. I make them every time I paint. Even after painting for 30 years now, I'm still making them. So we're gonna get the edges. Boom, 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 boom. These sides, make it up. Working on the background. Get that soft blue in there. Boom, 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 boom. Again, get the top, get the sides. Oh, let's get that side. And there we have the sky. So now I use most of the blue paint on the paintbrush, but I'm not going to wash off that light blue. I'm going to dip it into this white, only the white. And then I'm going to make light white marks going across to soften it up even more. So it's a little bit of a lighter blue. Dip it again in the white, go across. Woohoo. Pretty, that light blue. Okay, so how is everybody doing on their sky? Oops. And the top part done. Okay, so wait a minute. Keep working on the sky. Keep building up the sky. And again, it's okay if you go over the lines we just previously made. We will paint over that with the right color after. Okay, we got our backdrop done. Yeah. Just a couple more minutes. Thank you! Love Brack. These are so fun to do. We love doing live virtual paint classes with Coco Nene. Okay, so now that we have the sky done, we're going to work on the blue and the ocean. So I want you guys to get a smaller brush for this. We no longer need this brush, so just leave it in your paint cup. I'm going to throw it over here. I am going to grab a smaller brush for us to use. So any of these smaller size brushes you have in your paintbrush kit, you want the little guy to come out. Just because we have to go around the flowers and the leaves down here, and you want to stay underneath this line, but you do want the smaller brush to use. Less mistakes. So with the smaller brush, dip it in this cobalt blue. Don't get your brush wet either, you guys. This is a water-based paint, so it's already it's kind of watered down a bit enough where you don't need to get your brush wet, because you want the color to be more vibrant, not watered down. So I'm going to take this cobalt blue, this bright blue color, and just go right underneath that 3-inch line we made. Again, we're going to follow that blue line around the edges. Get the edges done. So we're going to build up the blue. So now that we did the bright blue, we're going to bring in, even with this bright blue still on the paintbrush, I'm going to now dip it into the Caribbean blue, that light blue that we have. I'm going to dip it into that so it still has the bright blue on there. And then while the bright blue is still wet, I'm going to blend in this lighter blue into there. I'm going to dip it again into this light Caribbean blue color I have, and keep dragging it down. And again, you want to go over, go around your lines you previously made. This part you're going to have to take your time. So bring that light blue in there. I'm dipping it again into that Caribbean blue I have. I'm just going around the lines I previously made. Blend it. It's okay if I start to lose part of my stem. I will bring it back out with the white later on. This is hard painting upside down. And then with this Caribbean blue I still have, I'm going to keep bringing it over to the edges and blend it down more. So while this cobalt was still wet, we're going to bring that bright blue down with it. So it's a nice ombre, gets softer. So if you see this happening, that means your You got no paint on your brush, it's pretty much gone. So I'm gonna dip this again in the Caribbean blue, that light blue that we have. This happens sometimes, so your paintbrush hair will fall out. Gives it texture. Bring it back around.
Don't worry if you're falling behind, guys. We'll give you some time to catch up.
Yes.
Can you tell them again what you're doing here?
Yes, so what we're doing right now, we're taking this bright blue color. We started off with the bright blue color, about a 1/2 inch up here, and then we bring it down with a softer blue color. So I brought in the Caribbean blue, which is that lighter blue color I have. And while that bright blue was still wet, I took the same brush, even with whatever leftover bright blue I had on there, and then I dipped it into the Caribbean blue, and then I went back and forth to brush it down all the way to the end of the canvas. This way it kind of blends it naturally with itself, especially when they're both wet, and we just kind of want to bring it down to the line. You don't have to bring it all the way down on the left side of the canvas because this will be all green, but for the middle and to the right side of the canvas you do want to bring in the blue further down, and then as close to the lines that you previously made before. So if you can see on mine, I accidentally went over some of my paint, my outline from earlier, but that's okay because I can bring it back. And what's nice about the pencils, you can still kind of see the pencil line through it, so you know where to go after. But again, we're taking the bright blue, start with the bright blue on the top, and then we're going to bring it down with a lighter blue after. So that nice Caribbean blue will come down after. So keep working on it. So I'll give you guys a minute to work on this. We are bringing down ombre. I am slowing my roll. Sorry, you guys. I get so excited when I start painting and then it goes so quick. So again, keep working on your water. What we did is we had the bright blue let's say about an inch is a bright blue right under that 3-inch line. You want to go down about an inch with that bright blue. Then from there, we're going to bring it down with the Caribbean blue, which is the lighter blue that you have. And you're going to keep going back and forth with the darker blue to the lighter blue to work your way down. And again, you don't want it to be painted on the left side to continue. You just want it to be on the right side. So I'll let you guys keep going. Okay, so we are going to be moving on to the next part. Is everyone good? And again, we do post these videos after I finish doing the live virtual paint class with you guys. We do repost this. So if you're missing anything, you want to go double check, it will be reposted on Coco Nene's Instagram page, and it will be under their IGTV link. And they have even the previous classes before. So if you weren't able to join us for any of the previous classes, we do still have them on Coco Nene. We have them under the IGTV. So if you guys get a chance, you still want to do something we've previously done, or if you're still working on original one that we started before, you can always go back in case you have questions or get confused or just need that in-between step from what you're doing. I'm going to continue going on with this one. If you are not caught up, again, you can just check out the IGTV video later and then we'll catch you up. So Next part, we're going to pour our next palette of paint. This is going to be the greens, the yellows, the red, or if you're going to do purples or pinks or whatever color you choose for your flowers. We are going to pour that palette now. So I'm going to grab another paper plate. Also, with your paintbrushes, you guys, do not leave your paintbrushes out with wet paint. Please throw them back in your water cup. Once it dries out on the paintbrush, it does kind of ruin the bristles and it's kind of harder to wash out. You do have to use shampoo after. But throw it back in your water cup once you're done. We will be reusing this one, so go back in your water cup, push it down into the water cup, get all the paint off of it because we will be using this next too. Let's get all that glue off there. And with the paint plate. So we're gonna pour dark green first. And again, when you guys are pouring, just do about dime size, very little. And then if you need more, just keep adding as you go. You don't wanna waste any, unless you're painting with a friend or you're painting with your kids or painting with family, you guys can share paint plates if you end up pouring more. I usually try to share mine with my son. It saves me paint a lot of the times. So I'm gonna take the dark green. Again, just a little dime size of dark green. And I'm gonna do that with the light green as well. So you're gonna take dark green and light green, or spring green if you have spring green by Apple Barrel. This is one of our main colors we use for most of our classes. So all the ones I usually show you guys for our tutorials, we try to use a lot of the same colors often. So if you don't have these yet, again, go online, go to Walmart, and pick up your own, you know, even the bigger bottles, it's worth it, especially if you want to continue painting at home. I'm going to pour the spring green now next to that darker green I had. After the spring green, I'm going to pour the real yellow. We're going to be using the real yellow in the ocean and some of the leaves for your sun. So pour the yellow next, again, dime size. Then I'm going to pour some red. This is bright red. Pour a little bit of that. Then we're going to pour orange.
Yeah. I'm like, sit still.
He's not. He's full speed. Okay, so I put a little bit of pink on there because why not? I don't really have pink in this one, but I just added it in there. But if you at least have red and yellow, you're good. Red, yellow, green, and light green are just pretty much the essential colors you need. You want to add some orange in there, you want to add some pink in there, better. So I'm going to do that for my flowers because I want a little bit more color in it. So again, the colors we are pouring right now are dark green, light green, we have red, we have yellow, as well as orange and a little bit of pink. So it's okay if you don't have some of those colors. If you at least have red, you have yellow, we're good. That's all we need. So I'm going to get started on painting my sun first. So I'm going to make my sun yellow. I'm going to get that smaller brush that we were working with earlier. And then let's get started on the sun now. So I'm going to use this color called Real Yellow by Apple Barrel. So you're filling your sun in with yellow. Okay, now that you put some yellow in your sun, with the same brush, I want you to twist that skinny brush into your paint so you have the yellow all the way around, and then kind of twist some of it off next to it. But the whole brush should have some of that yellow paint on it. And then I'm going to make these, if you see on the sample, these are the sun rays in the water. I usually just make some lines going straight down that kind of follow where the horizon of the sun, right? So we're going to go starting from up here and work our way down. It's going to be kind of closer to your second flower as we're working our way down, but it will naturally like pull paint off in some areas and have more paint in other areas, which is nice. So I have to dip it again. Bring it all the way down. Okay, so after we are done with that, after we got the sun and the sun rays in the water, with this yellow still on your brush, we're going to now dip it into this light green that you have. And we want to fill in your entire mountain. So you're going to make this only light green for now. Take your time. So you're going to paint this light green. Want it to just be one flat color of a light green color. So we're going to let that sit there as you guys are still building up the green in your mountain. We'll wait a few minutes. And get my edges. So we just want to build it up with just the flat green. Build it in your mountain, work your way around the edges. I'm gonna wait another 2 minutes. So you guys got 2 more minutes. If you need a speed paint, a little bit quicker. Just get it flat green is all you gotta do. Just one light green color. Let's fill in our mountain with that color.
Danielle, have you ever been to Diamond Head?
Yes, I used to hike it a long time ago, and then I had a kid, and then it all stopped. But I love Diamond Head. I'm in town a lot, so it's one of my favorite landmarks here. It's beautiful. It's a great hike. The view's amazing. I love painting it. So definitely, yeah.
We had a question earlier. How did you get started painting?
Oh, so my grandpa was an artist. So growing up, he was a still life artist, and he was really good at abstract cubism as well. So I started super young learning from him. He used to watch me about 4 or 5 times a week, and I would paint with him all the time. And it was kind of a habit that literally never went away. I kind of had an itch for it every day. So I would wake up and paint, go to bed and paint. I was like that as a kid, and it never went away as an adult. So for the last I would say 13 years now, I've been going on with just doing only art, and I love it. Like love it, love it, love it. Love to paint, constantly trying to go outside my comfort zone too. So I do different styles of painting and different stuff, but I definitely it's been in me since I was a kid. And it's kind of different because all my my brother's pretty good at painting, but my other sisters they're good at it, but they don't have that same, I have a tick for it where I have to paint, I wake up, I have to do it. I go to bed, I have to do it. So it's definitely something I love. Definitely love doing it. So now that we have this light green, it's all finished. We want to bring in, while there's still light green on your paintbrush, I want you to dip it into the dark green. So even with the light on here, I'm gonna take the dark green that we have. Put it back on here, sorry. And pretty much you're going to follow the outline on the top that we just made with this brush. All I want you to focus on is just doing the top outline darker green right now. So we're going to follow the lines that we made previously before. If you see the pencil, you want to go over that pencil mark. So with the dark green, you want to get those edges too, so let's get those side edges. Okay, while I still have a little bit of paint on this, I'm going to drag it down a little bit. And this is where we're going to make little ridges in the mountains with the dark green. And then right here, I'm going to soften it down. I'm going to dip it back into my dark green that I have. And then I'm going to make another, so right here we made 2 little ridge lines. So I'm going to make these 2 right here. So starting kind of at the upper bump that we have up here. Do the first one there. The midway Bring it down, going opposite direction. And then we're gonna make some cute little baby ones in between. So a little bit of lines going through here. And then even right here, let's do another line going down. What's fun with the ridges, I kind of get to play with putting them anywhere, like putting a bunch of lines anywhere to contrast it. So I'm going to do some more right here, just to give some depth and contrast on this side. But then, so up here on this sample, we start to brush out that darker green on the top of the ridge. I'm going to do that, but I'm going now to the left instead of the right. So this one we're going to bring it down a little, just from the top. So kind of pull down whatever wet paint you have there. And then we're going to do it again here. Dip it again if you can. And then around the edge as well. So because this theme does take a little bit longer, you guys, the live video on Instagram usually does stop right after an hour. We will be continuing it. So if it's something we have to turn it off, we will be logging right back on. So just log back into Coco Nene and then on our live feed, and then we'll continue with the paint course as we're going. But we only do have about 3 minutes before this hour is up, and then me and my team will continue on. So if you're still going, keep painting, no rush. But if you suddenly get kicked off of it because we had to log off, we're going to jump right back on after. So I'll give you guys the next 3 minutes to just build up your mountain. And then we'll start the new video next when we build up the bottom. And again, we have 3 minutes before the video stops. So we will be coming back live in just a few minutes after. We are working on our diamond head. We're building it up with this dark green, bringing it down to the lighter green with the ridges. And you also want to bring it around the edges. So we will be back on live in just a few minutes once the hour is up. We will continue. Right now we are working on your diamond head and building it up to the darker ridges, and then we will focus on the bottom half on our next video. We are starting back up on the bottom half. So wait a couple minutes as we're still building up. And you guys are also logging in. Also, let us know. So whoever's painting right now, please hashtag us, Coco Nene, and let us know. Tag us in your stuff. Let us know your finished pieces. We'd love to see them. We've been getting a lot of great feedback and a lot of great art lately. And you can also message me too. So if you're finished painting and you have any questions, let me know. I can help you. I can answer any questions you have, even on some of the stuff I use when I'm painting. But just let us know. Keep us informed. We're here to help in any way we can right now. Again, we are still logging back in, so we're going to be finishing up the bottom of the painting we've been working on for our Virtual 4 live painting class. This is Diamond Head. Just going to wait a few minutes as we're all logging back in. Here's a sample of what we're doing. Yes. Hi guys! So I know we're still logging in. I'm gonna start in just a couple minutes. I am gonna wait. Last time I kind of jumped the gun on speed, so I'm gonna slow my roll. I know we're still logging in. And then I will get started in 2 minutes. If you guys are interested in painting next week, we are going to be doing the whale shark next, which is really fun. It's boom. This is next week's theme. 2 p.m. Tuesday, only Coco Nene. So if you guys want to learn a whale shark, that's going to be next week's theme, and it's only 4 colors. It's awesome. You don't need very much for this one. So thank you.
Avery Eileen's photography said, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, Mom. Okay, we're gonna get started soon. Is everyone logged back in that's painting? Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go back to using that same little brush we were using. We're gonna now actually build up the leaves down here. So everything but your flowers, obviously. So you're gonna go around these hearts we made for your hibiscus, and we're gonna build up the leaves next to it. So I'm gonna start with a light green. And then I'm gonna do the leaves on my flower, or my hibiscus, in this lighter green color. Oop. Anywhere you made your little leaves at, just paint them that light green right now. I'm gonna also paint one of my little heart leaves a light green. So keep building up the light green. Let's make this a leaf right here. This is all gonna be light green. Carol. Can you guys see the video okay? Looks like someone's saying it's frozen.
No, it's fine. It's really yeah, I wish.
We're still building up the green. If yours is frozen or the screen might be frozen, I would double check your internet connection. Sometimes that happens on my phone. But we are now building up the green, so I'm gonna have you guys put that light green into the leaves. Okay, so after we get this light green done, I'm now going to dip my paintbrush. I'm not going to wash the light green off. I'm going to dip it into this nice dark green that we have. This actual green is Christmas Green by Apple Barrel. And then I'm going to follow the outline I did of the heart for the leaf on the bottom. So outline it in the dark green. Again, dip it into the darker green that you have, and then you're going to outline that first heart leaf that we have on the far right. And then you're going to drag a stem right down the middle. So let's bring it down. Whoop. Boom. Now, I don't have this on this sample, but I will show you guys since we're doing the painting now. So there's no actual definition to these leaves. If you still have the dark green on your paintbrush, go in and make little lines in your leaves while the darker green is still wet. Add a little bit more texture to it so it's not so flat. You could do it without it. Again, that's what it looks like without it. That's the sample. This is if you just want to add a little bit more texture inside of your leaf. And then I'm going to bring in this darker green and do the same thing on outlining these other leaves. So where we did all the lighter green leaves, just outline it with a darker green. And then I'm going to add a dark line in some of them. So we're going to add a little stem. Boom. A little bit of her. And then I'm going to bring it up over here on the side. I'm going to create another leaf right here, a really big one. And so in between the flowers, we're now gonna make it light green. And then let's actually, with this dark green still on your brush, I'm gonna dip it into this light green. And we're gonna dip it into this, or fill in this second heart that we have. So the first heart we already filled in, we did the dark green around it, and now we're gonna do the second one with this lighter green, even with the darker green still on the brush. So I'm gonna find that other heart that I made earlier. Oops. Looks like a nice green blob. You're welcome. But we'll bring it back out in the darker green, so don't worry. Pretty much looks like a all flat, one color green, but it's still in the shape of a heart. And then I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna take my time on this. You wanna go around your flower and make it a light green now. That's cool. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we're still adding this grain up in here. I'm gonna carry it on to the bottom of the canvas and make it all green. You might start be running low on paint. So if you need some more green, take your time, re-pour. We're going to keep building up this nice light green. Nice light green. Just get up in that bottom. So I'm just working on the bottom. It's okay if you guys are still painting the green in between the flowers right now. Just gonna paint the bottom real fast. So again, we're building up the greens. So I'm going to wait a few minutes. I'm going to keep this sample here so that way you guys can keep going with the greens, and then I'm going to get started with the darker green to doing to define that lines a little bit better around the flowers in just a couple minutes. So keep building up your green. I will start in exactly 2 minutes with the darker green, so keep building it up and also get the edges and the bottom of the canvas. So let it sit there for a minute. the build up. Thank you, Anika. Yes. Thank you for everyone joining. Hi. So we're still working on our diamond head right now. I'm having everybody kind of catch up with, we're filling in light green in between our flowers, and then we're gonna come back in actually about 55 seconds to do the darker green to define our other heart leaf and to add a little bit more darker areas in here. So you guys are almost ready. We're gonna get started on the darker green in a little less than a minute. Also, if you guys have questions, let us know. Message us in the comments. Let us know too where you guys are painting from. We'd love to hear. You can also tag us, Coco Nene, on Instagram, or let us know if you have any questions too on there. We are available. So diamond head again is what we're working on. We are going to continue building up the leaves over here. Los Angeles, yes, LA. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna add some darker green now. So I'm gonna have you guys, I'm gonna just zoom in on this one. You're gonna have it nice and close. Enjoy it. I'll pull it back in a little bit, but just for now so you can see the buildup of the green. So with the second heart, we're gonna outline it with that darker green we have. Yes, Orange County. Awesome. Very cool. We're painting whale sharks next, by the way, you guys. That's next week. Whale sharks. Okay, now we're going to add the stem and the leaf. So again, outline your heart leaf in darker green, and then we're going to add the stem right in the middle. So we're going to do this one, darken that one up a little. And this one, I'm just going to add little lines inside. So building up the leaves right now. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to have us do the flowers. I'm excited for this part. Okay, so we're going to build up the flowers next. You are going to use the same paintbrush. We are going to use this one again. We do need to wash all the dark green off of it. So in your paint water cup, I want you guys to get all the green off. Don't worry about being too hard on brushes. You can push it down and get all the paint off, and then wipe it down too after the water cup on a napkin. So I'm going to get all this green off real quick before I go and I start on my red colors. So all the green off. Okay, so with the red I have, I'm going to fill in each heart. So each heart you want red. Or if you do purple or whatever color you have, if you don't have red, that's okay. So again, we're filling in the hibiscus right now with just red. So we're going to go to each heart and fill it in red. So you want to do this for both your flowers. Once you're finished with your first flower and you get it all filled in with the red color, you can work on your next one. And again, if you feel like you're missing a step or you want to go back, we will be reposting this under Coco Nene's Instagram page under our IGTV link. So we do have previous classes on there. If you missed any classes and you still want to learn to paint a certain theme, we have them available on there. But this class also will be posted on there in case you miss anything. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit as you guys are still filling in your flowers. So this diamond head theme, as well as previous paint classes we have had, they are available. You have to follow and go to Coco Nene on Instagram, and then we keep the link saved under the IGTV. It's the second, I think, button on Instagram, but the previous videos are on there. So let's say you couldn't catch the beginning of this one, you still want to paint it. It is going to be available on there. We do have 2 clips for this one because it's a little bit of a longer class. But again, go to Coco Nene on Instagram. I don't put it on my page. I don't post it on my page. I don't do it live on my page either. It's only exclusive through Coco Nene. So go to that page. It's under IGTV. We do have great products too there. We have all kinds of great stuff on there. So if you guys want to check out other stuff we do have available, I have some art products as well through them. So we have water bottle flask things. As well as I have coasters on there and some really cute prints, but I do have the free paint tutorial classes on there as well. So again, Coco Nene on Instagram. I do have it on my page in case you do need to find the link, which you should probably already be on there. Yay, Moku! He's so cute. Hi, Moku. Hi, you guys. Hi, Randy. Mary. Hi, you guys. We're still building up. We got our flowers almost all the way painted in. So while our hibiscus are still wet with the red, I'm now going to take my paintbrush. I got all the red off of it, so do wash the red off your paintbrush right now. Your water cup, dry it off on a paper towel after, and then we're going to use the same one to dip it into the yellow. We're going to make these gorgeous little, it looks like yellow veins going into your flower in the hibiscus, and we're going to start from the center of the hibiscus too when we do these lines. There's not a certain amount of them we make, we just kind of rotate in a circle when we make them. So I'm going to use this brush again, dip it into the yellow paint. So any yellow that you do have, we're dipping into the yellow paint. And then I'm gonna follow, I gotta dip it again. I don't have enough yellow on mine or on the tip of it, so I'm gonna re-dip it. Oops, that's a big one. And again, you're starting from the center, so I'm going to do it again to the other one. Oops. So we're adding a little bit of yellow and we're going into the circle rotation. So I'll let you guys do that the next minute. Yes, and keep going. Adding to the hibiscus. So no rush, keep doing, and I'm doing it into a circle rotation, so you want to kind of follow where your heart leaves are at and stay into the direction of each one. So I went down for each one. And then we'll do the stem for their hibiscus at the very end.
I had a suggestion for shave ice, rainbow shave ice. Have you ever done that before?
Oh, that would be fun. Does somebody say that? Shave ice? Yes! Whoever said shave ice! I've never painted a shave ice mini, but that's actually going to happen now because of you. So we will definitely try to throw that in the mix in the next few weeks. Again, next week too, we're doing whale shark. So if you guys want to learn whale shark, that's next week. But I'm definitely going to try to make a couple more samples. We'll do a vote. We'll wait till next week and I'll let you guys vote again. I'll give you about 4 or 5 samples to choose from, and you can only choose one, but that will be the following week. But I'll try to definitely throw in a shave ice mini. That would be really fun to do. I do like a rainbow shave ice, you know? Oh, that'd be so fun. Good idea. Good idea.
I want one now.
I know, me too. Okay, you guys, we are about to finish up the last part. The last part is going to be, yes, Anika, with the shave ice. Yes, you. Always with the good ideas. So we're gonna do the stem of our hibiscus now. So we're gonna do it with the same smaller brush we've been using for the yellow. I want you to wash all the yellow off of it, dry it on your paper towel, and then we're gonna get started on the next step. So pour, so if you are out of white paint, do pour a little bit of white paint. We don't need very much. We're gonna finish off with the stem on the hibiscus, but I'll wait until everybody gets their paint poured real quick.
We also had a suggestion for sunflowers. Do you have, I think you have sunflowers there. Oh yeah, right there.
Woo! Got sample for that. So we do have sunflowers. I'll throw that in the next week's themes you guys can choose from.
Oh, that's cute.
I love sunflower. It's actually really fun to do. And you don't need that many colors. That's the win for this one. So I'll definitely throw that in the mix next week. And then whoever the highest votes for whatever theme is going to be the one we choose for the following week.
Sunflowers for Eva and
Yes. So cute, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the stem now. So dip it into the white paint with that smaller, thinner brush that you have. And in the middle of your hibiscus, again, this one was going towards the left side. So I'm going to go in the middle. Woo! That's our first stem. And I'm going to do my next one. Okay, after that part, so after you do your stem, you're going to use the same brush. I use the back of the brush when I do dots. So I'm going to dip it into this white paint. And then I'm going to, wherever your hibiscus is at, like the top of where the stem's at, we're going to make a couple dots on each side. And then one on the top. Yes, we still have a wave on our IGTV. It's under Coco Nene. So we do have a really nice cocoa wave or a heart wave under that one with like sunset colors. That's really pretty. We'll do another one just to put in samples next week. That's just the blues, which will be really fun. But I will definitely add that in the mix of next week's themes to choose from. Here is our finished results. This is actually all we have to do for the rest of this theme. If you guys are still painting at home and you want some more ideas, since we still got a little bit of time, I'll show you maybe one more thing you can do to add even more to your painting while you're at home. If you want to stop and you're happy with it, sweet, we'll kind of keep it from there. But I am going to add one more thing. I am going to add some clouds on this one. I know our sample doesn't have it, but I think it'd be really fun to make. So we're going to just do it. I want you guys to, any brushes that you have that are harder on the bristles are kind of beat up. We've done like previous, like the whitewash in the last wave we did it with this one, which is awesome. So I'm going to use this to make my clouds as well. So I'm going to dip this, since we just used the white paint, in that white paint that we have. And again, with this one, you don't want to do soft strokes with this. It's going to be dabbing only. It gives it that kind of fun popcorn effect, not even look, which is what we want for our clouds. And then I'm going to go up here. And so when I do my clouds, I do them like a straight line first, and then I build them up. So I'm going to do a cloud right here by my sun. And then I'll kind of add them throughout the painting. Let's say we'll just do this one. So it looks like a straight line. You see I'm dabbing it down like a straight line. And I'm going to go dip it into that white paint again. So it's a straight line, and then I'm going to popcorn it up a little. Boop, boop, boop.
Happy little clouds.
Happy little clouds. Exactly. Happy tree. Okay, and then we're going to do another one. So just a straight line, and then puff it up a little. Straight line. Puff it up a little. And again, you notice I'm just dabbing it. I'm not doing any kind of soft strokes because we don't want that. We want more texture in it. Getting cloud happy over here, so we got a lot of clouds going on. Okay, this is it, you guys. So this is our finished diamond head paintings. Again, we do post these videos on Coco Nene. It is still available in case you're behind on any or you want to go back to any steps that you want to learn. Really fun to make, really excited. We got to join everyone that joined us today. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. We are going to do well shark for next week. So let us know the following week if you want to take a vote, log in. We will be having choices for themes that day, and it's only going to be chosen on our live feed as we're doing it. And this is the finished result. So thank you again for joining us for our 4th virtual paint class. And excited for our next week. So we will see you guys soon. Thank you.